The year is 1936, and in our city the safest place to pray is nowhere at all. We did not notice the exact moment it began. There was no single sound to mark it, no bell, no signal, just a shift, like the air changing before a storm you cannot yet see. At first it was only voices, louder than usual, sharper, carried through the streets in ways we were not used to hearing. Words like justice, freedom and enemy began to echo between buildings that had once known only ordinary life. We kept to our routine, we always had. Prayer at dawn, work in the kitchen, lessons for the children, care for the sick. The world outside had always been uncertain. That was why we were here. Our walls had never been about hiding from life, but about making sense of it. Then the gunfire started. At first, it was distant and irregular, easy to ignore if you tried hard enough. We told ourselves it was not meant for us. We told ourselves many things, that it would pass, that it would stay contained, that it would not reach places like ours. The first church burned 3 streets away. We did not see it, we smelled it. Smoke has a way of reaching places truth has not yet entered. By the time word reached us, it had already happened. Doors broken, statues destroyed, the priest taken, no one knew exactly where. No one dared to ask too loudly. The next night, another church burned. Closer this time, the glow in the sky was visible from our courtyard. Some of us stood there longer than we should have, watching the light flicker against the clouds, as if trying to understand what we were seeing. Then another. Patterns form quickly when you're afraid. We began closing our doors earlier, speaking less, listening more. The city changed in ways that were hard to name but impossible to ignore. People stopped visiting. The poor who once came for bread no longer knocked. The children stopped coming for lessons. Even the sick stayed away, as if stepping inside our walls might mark them somehow. It was as if being seen near us had become dangerous. Then one evening someone knocked. It was not the soft, familiar knock we knew. It was sharp, urgent. We hesitated. No one moved at first. Then Mother Isabel gave a small nod and we opened the door. A woman stood there alone, breathing hard, her hands shaking. Her clothes smelled faintly of smoke, and there was something in her eyes that made it difficult to look at her for too long. "You cannot stay like this," she said, her voice barely above a whisper. "They are looking for places like this." No one asked who they were. We already knew. "How long?" one of the sisters asked. The woman shook her head. "Soon," she said. Then she left, as quickly as she had come, disappearing back into a city that no longer felt like the one we knew. We closed the door, locked it. For the first time, the walls did not feel like protection. That night, we did not pray in the chapel. We gathered in darkness, no candles, no light. No one spoke at first. We did not need to. The silence between us carried everything we could not say aloud. "If we remain visible," Mother Isabel said finally, "we will be found." "And if we leave?" someone asked. No one answered. Leaving meant stepping into the same streets where others had disappeared. It meant exposure, uncertainty, no guarantee of survival. It meant becoming alone. So we chose something else. We chose to disappear. The next morning we began. The habits came off first. I had worn mine for so many years that I no longer remembered what it felt like not to. When I removed it, the air against my skin felt wrong, unfamiliar, almost cold. It was not just clothing we were removing, it was identity, history, purpose. We folded them carefully, not like something we were discarding, but like something we hoped to return to one day. We hid them beneath floorboards, behind loose stones, inside walls we'd once decorated with care. One sister buried hers in the garden beneath the rosemary bushes, her hands trembling as she covered it with soil. Then we changed everything else. The chapel was the hardest. We removed the cross from the wall, not because we wanted to, but because we had to. We wrapped it in cloth and hid it behind a section of loose stone. The altar was stripped, candles extinguished, the room left bare, empty, unrecognisable. We stood there for a long moment. It no longer looked like a place of prayer. That was the point. We moved through the rest of the convent the same way. Books hidden, symbols removed, rooms rearranged. Anything that could betray us was erased. By the end of the day, the building no longer told our story. It told no story at all. We changed ourselves too. Plain clothes, hair uncovered, no signs, no signals. We practiced walking differently, speaking differently, becoming strangers in our own home. We stopped using our names, even among ourselves. Names could slip, names could be overheard, names could be remembered, and remembered things were dangerous. Days passed, then more. We learned the rhythm of fear, the sound of boots in the street, the difference between shouting and searching, the silence that came just before something happened. We learned not to look out the windows. We learned to move without sound, to pause mid-step if a voice came too close. We learned to wait, always wait. One sister left to get food. She never came back. We waited at first, telling ourselves she'd been delayed. But as the hours turned into night and the night into morning, we understood. We did not say her name. We did not ask what happened. We did not need to. Another was recognized in the street. A man stopped her, looked too closely, followed her with his eyes. She returned shaking. "They know," she whispered. The next day, she was gone. After that, we slept less, or tried to. Even dreams felt unsafe. Still, there were moments. Small, fragile moments. A neighbour who pretended not to notice how many of us lived there. A child who left bread by the door without knocking. A soldier who looked at us, truly looked, and chose to walk away. Not everyone wanted us gone, but no one could protect us. We prayed in fragments, never together, never in the same place twice. No candles, no hymns, only silence, and words carried inside. Time lost its meaning, days blurred into nights. There was only listening. Then one day, it almost ended. Boots outside, not passing, stopping. Voices, close enough to hear. This building, it used to be a convent. No one moved, no one breathed. I could feel my heart beating too loudly. A hand found mine. Another sister, steady, grounding. We are still here. The voices came closer. A shadow passed across the door. Then, a knock. Not on our door, next door. Shouting followed. Movement, a crash. Then silence. Long, heavy silence. The boots moved again. Away, fading. We did not move. Not for a long time. Because something had changed. We understood then how fragile we were. Not protected by walls, but held together by time. Borrowed time. The war did not end all at once. It faded, like a storm moving away. The sounds grew distant, less frequent. Until one day there was quiet again. A different kind of quiet. We uncovered what we had hidden. The cross, the books, the pieces of ourselves. We returned them carefully, but nothing felt the same. Neither did we. Some rooms remained untouched. Some doors stayed closed. Some silences never left. We could speak again, but not like before. We could pray again, but never without remembering what it had cost. I used to believe safety was something you could build. With walls, with routine, with faith. Now I know. It can disappear overnight, and all that remains is what you carry inside. They tried to find us, to expose us, to erase us, and for a time, we let ourselves vanish. But we did not disappear. We endured, quietly, completely. And even now, in rooms that once forgot who they were, we remember.